Hello, and we are live. Today we're working on some peach caramel. It's been like a couple years at least since I've made this, so I'm wanting to play around with this recipe anyway, and just kind of see if I want to, make some adjustments. And like I said, it's just been a while altogether. So we have a cup of granulated sugar here. I'm going to put this over on the stove to start caramelizing, and there's nothing else to watch, so I'll bring you over with me. It's a little bit big with the handle over here, but okay. Turn this on high heat. I can watch the caramelization process happen. And I'm gonna get my rubber spatula ready that I always use for caramel. It is a high heat spatula, but because of the amount of times I've used it to make caramel specifically, it's actually a different color now. But this and my heavy bottom saucepan are my go-tos for making caramel, because I actually have ruined a pan or two previously. Okay, let's make sure. Got all my other stuff measured out. You always want to make sure it's pretty much ready to go before you start caramelizing, especially if you're not used to making caramel or you're new to making caramel. You want to make sure that everything else is, pretty much like it's, as they say, get your mise en place in place, like everything in place, and have everything prepped so you're ready to go. Because once that caramel starts actually doing its thing, then you don't want to walk away from it or do any other measuring. You just want to have all your stuff good to go. So the last thing I'm getting ready is just I'm doing 2 sticks of butter in this caramel batch today, so I'm just cutting it up into some little pieces over here so it's going to melt easier when we add it. And we're just gonna, it takes a little while for the caramel actually to start doing this thing, but you can watch the full process happen. Just finishing cutting these sticks of butter. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Hello, thank you for joining. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a good day and that you had a good week. You doing anything fun this weekend? Let me know in the chat. I think it's actually going to be a nice weekend. Last weekend was insanely hot. So looking forward to like a cooler weekend and getting to do some fun stuff. Hello, thank you for joining. Hi, you're new here. Well, thank you for joining. We're working on caramelizing some sugar right now, which takes a little while, but we're going to turn that into some peach caramel. It's been a recipe that I've made before, but it's been like at least a couple years since I've made it, if not like 3 or 4. So I wanted to play around with the recipe a little bit, see if I want to change it up a little bit. But yes, I'm very excited. It's been so long. What the heck is this? This is sugar that we're waiting for it to caramelize. It takes a little while to get to that, but dalgona, that's a good question. It is not dalgona, but it's very similar start to that process where you just caramelize the sugar, and then if I remember correctly, it's been a little while, but I believe you add in the baking soda and then mix it up really quick. Hello, thank you for joining. That looks so sugary. Well, I would hope so, since it's a cup of sugar. Shiver me timbers. I'm trying to make sure the little feet on my tripod don't go away. Ah! Alright, stay. This tripod has a mind of its own today. Okay, so I'm gonna get the spatula because sometimes you can. I like to move it around a little bit. Usually, if you're going to do, you might have a sugar rush. If yes, definitely. If we ate the sugar, definitely get a big old sugar rush from that. If you do the process where it's the wet caramel, then that means that you have sugar that you start with and you add water to it, so it'll dissolve in the water. The water, cooks off because it's such a high heat, and then it's just the sugar and it caramelizes. This is a dry caramel, so this I find to be a lot easier, less messy, and you can move it around. With the wet caramel, you don't want to move it around at all. And I just feel like this one I have liked so much better since I started doing this method. Oh wait, is sugar brush, sugar queen Ira? Yeah, it'll take a little while. You can see it's starting to like get a little bit kind of melty and kind of clumping up there, but we want to see that color starting to come through. So that'll take a little bit. Reminds me of Squid Games. Yes, I did actually make the dalgona when I think I made like a holiday version since it was close to Christmas. The dalgona part, yeah. When the first season came out. So like that feels like so long ago. Imagine getting the Impossible Cookie dalgona. Yeah, it is not easy to do that. I tried with a couple of the different ones that I made for that, and it was like holiday shape, so it was kind of like even harder in some ways. What are you making? We are making a peach caramel today, so we're caramelizing some sugar at the moment. It's a recipe that I have made before, but it's been quite a while, and I've wanted to play around with it anyway, so we're just kind of having some fun today with some caramel testing. But I also had some peaches to use, so win-win. Do you guys like peaches? What's your favorite peach recipe? Or peach dessert, or, favorite way to use peaches? Let me know in the chat. I see a little bit of color starting to get on there, but not nearly where we would like it to be. We chill. You're amazing. Oh, hey, Jody. Thanks for joining. Good to see you in the chat. Me when I get Mona Lisa in Ink Games accepts my death. Oh my goodness. What are you making? We're making a peach caramel today. So we're caramelizing the sugar right now, and then we're going to add in some peaches, blend them up. Peaches, peaches. Oh my goodness. And while this is caramelizing, just a reminder that we are doing a piping tip series right now. So if you'd love to see different piping tips and different techniques that you can use with them, today is officially day 10. So after today, we're halfway through our series for the month of August with our piping tips. Mario's and Bowser. Oh, I get it. God, it's been so long since I've been able to play anything on my Switch. Because I almost exclusively play Mario games when I'm on my Switch. Actually, I basically only play Mario games. That's all I have. Just kind of keep mixing this around a little bit so we can keep melting that sugar down. And also, you can see the color starting to come through, but we definitely want it way darker than that. We want to really get that sugar nice and like a deep amber caramelization so it has a really great flavor. Give me dalgona vibes. Yeah, we've had a few people mention that today. We could definitely make dalgona at some point. It's like I said, it's been when was the first season? It was like 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, something like that. That's the last time I made it. It was in honor of the first season. I think that was also that's part of a longer tutorial video. If you want to check it out, it'll be back a little ways in the channel. But I think I also made some of the Squid Game guards into like a truffle, and then also the coffin boxes. I made like big hot chocolate bombs out of that. We are not horses, we are humans, and humans are... I'm not sure what that means. My favorite player, AK456. Oh no, I haven't seen season 3 yet. I've been wanting to watch it, but life has just been so crazy. Okay, we just keep mixing it. And like I said, this is the dry caramel method. And I personally think this is much easier than the wet caramel method. Easier and also like less scary because there's not a lot of popping and like potential like sugar getting on you and burning you. So, dang, making me miss smoking oil. I don't even know what smoking oil is. What is that? This is, we're caramelizing some sugar right now for some caramel. And his last name were, we are not horses, we're human. What is this reference that everyone keeps making? The baby doesn't know how much people sacrifice for the baby. Are these, okay, are these different references to things? I feel like I'm not in the loop. There we go, we're starting to get a nice color, but we still want to go darker. And also finish, you can see all these little clumps are just going to keep melting down. I like to stir it more frequently as it just continues on. Just want to keep moving it around to make sure everything gets nice and evenly caramelized. The baby urn. Okay, so I'm thinking this is some kind of Squid Games reference. I really need to watch season 3. Thank you. Okay, Squid Games references. Thank you so much for making sure to clarify that. I was like, I am so confused right now. Okay, so we still have some little pieces, so we just keep mixing, but it is definitely getting closer to that really beautiful amber color that we want. I get so annoyed when I see like caramel that's like super light, like really, for lack of a better word, like blonde, if you will, because then that means like the color or the depth of flavor is not as intense. Like you want that deep color to really have that nice caramel flavor. Squid Games references gets a trend immediately and it's so relatable. Yeah, every time they have a season, everything just blows up so much, and I was able to keep up with the first 2, but life has just been crazy. So I need to set some time aside, just binge season 3. I like my sugar drippy bra. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. I think we have just about all of the pieces melted. Just kind of stir it through. And it's even a little bit darker in person than it is on camera right now. What is that? This is caramelized sugar. We're making a caramel right now. Okay, has a nice deep color. I'm going to turn this down to like a medium heat, and usually we would, you're making something. Yes, we're making peach caramel right now. Come over with me really quick as I add in the peaches, and then we're gonna go back to the stove for a little bit. So I'm trying to see, this is 1 cup of joining cups of peaches. And I just had white peaches available and that I needed to use, so that's what we're working with today. Okay, but then I'm gonna put this back on the stove. I'm gonna keep it hot so the sugar doesn't totally, that sounds so good. Thank you. Hi, thanks for joining. You're laggy a bit, but it's okay. Oh no, I hope it's not my connection. Yummy, yes. I'm excited because it's been so long since I've made this. And I'm thinking about topping a cake with it, but let's go back over here. So we're cooking down our peaches in our caramel here. Straighten. There we go. So we want to keep it hot so that the caramel won't get all clumpy like this, but we'll be able to use the heat to kind of remelt it. But we're going to cook these peaches in the caramel. And so they're going to soften, and then we're going to add the rest of our stuff and blend it all up. It's good now. Oh, perfect. Okay. I was like, please don't be laggy the entire time. One parcel for me, please. I've been saying for so long with lives that I would love if the technology existed to like hand you guys things through the phone so you could try stuff that I'm making. That would be amazing. Although caramel, you have to wait for it to cool or else it'll burn your mouth. So, because caramel is very, very hot. So you want to make sure to be very careful. That's why it like steamed up and sizzled so much when I added the peaches, because the temperature difference is so drastic between how hot the caramelized sugar was and how cool the peaches are. LOL, yes. I want to get this clump off of the spatula to melt it down again. Come on, caramel. Work with me. I'm pretty sure this is how I've done it before, but like I've mentioned a few times, it has been a little while, so we're testing this together today. Come on, caramel, stop clumping up on me. Yeah. Just kind of let it sit in the hot peaches for a second to let it melt a little bit more. And usually with what we're going to be adding to the caramel in just a little bit, typically I like to add a combination to my caramel of heavy whipping cream and also butter. But because the peaches have so much moisture in them, I am not going to add the heavy cream today. I'm just going to be adding butter. So just a little note there, plus some extract, and also, ooh, I almost forgot salt. I didn't measure out the salt yet, but we can deal with that in a second. Want to keep stirring on the stove here. So we're cooking this over like a medium high heat or so. We want to make sure that that caramel kind of like melts, and also that the peaches get nice and cooked down. Do you guys like when I do more of like kind of cooking and baking things, or do you prefer like the no bake stuff? Kind of curious. Last week we did like a movie night popcorn, dessert popcorn. That was a lot of fun and actually very, very tasty. So stuff like that, but let me know. But no. Come on, Reebok. I'm trying to get these little caramel clumps to still finish melting down. Takes a little while, but I do have this at a higher heat than I usually cook down fruit for like compote or anything like that, just because I want to make sure that the caramel is hot enough to, like I said, kind of melt down and combine better with the peaches. So usually I'd have it just a hair, like a little bit lower. OMG, that looks so good. Thank you. Caramel and peaches, like that's just so simple. So simple and so delicious. But I feel like I would like to add caramel to like so many different things. Like some of the, you know, specific fall flavors that people are always into, and it's like, oh, pumpkin and like cream cheese, or, you know, like a pumpkin cheesecake or something. But I'm always like, let's add caramel to the pumpkin. Like whatever pumpkin dessert, I love adding caramel to it. Me too, LOL. You can't go wrong with caramel, really. It's hard to believe it's already halfway through August. I feel like this summer has been going by insanely fast. But I hope you guys are having a good month. To be honest, it's been a little bit rough, but looking to, you know, some more fun things up ahead. Que cosa? I'm thinking that means what is this? And this is peach caramel that we're making. So we have caramelized sugar combined with some peaches that we're cooking down right now. I hope I guessed correctly as to what that meant. You're back. Hello again. Thanks for coming on back. Okay, I can tell the peaches are softening. I think we'll be done pretty soon with this. Just keep scraping down the side and stirring a little bit longer. You can see that the caramel is pretty much off of the spatula now. Just like a teensy bit, but we'll be able to add everything else and blend it all up. We cannot try this though. I always make sure to let my caramel completely like cool for a little while and in the container that it's going to be stored in the fridge, and then put it into the fridge. And from there, then I let it completely cool all the way. So it is not only extremely hot, but also just the flavor, like it tastes completely different when you've let it fully cool. So unfortunately, we'll not be able to try it on live today, but I will let you guys know how it turns out. I think we're pretty close. I cut the peaches nice and small so they would cook faster too. Do you know the game called Ink Game? It's on Roblox. It's really fun. I did not know that. I've heard of Roblox, but I know absolutely nothing about it, to be completely honest. In terms of video games, the main stuff I know is like anything kind of Mario, but even then I'm not the best, but you said it's a lot of fun? Oh. Okay, I think I've been cooking this down. I forgot to do like a timer. Usually with cooking fruit down, it kind of depends on obviously the size and everything, but I was gonna say that I should cook this down for like 5 to 10 minutes, and I think we've already passed that point. The fruit isn't like disintegrating, but I'm not mad at that because we're gonna use a hand blender to make it all, you know, nice and smooth and beautiful. So let's turn that off. We're gonna bring you over with me and try and get you set up here to see everything. It's about Squid Games. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've heard of Roblox, but is that the one where everybody's like all blocky, like the the design of that? OMG, that tough. What tough? I'm not sure what that is. And you're back too. Yay! Okay, so we have our really lovely caramel is all melted down, and we cooked our peaches in that for a little while. That reminds me of the food I ate in my country. Oh, really? What country? And what kind of food? Okay, so now we're going to add in our butter, because if we need to pop it back on the stove, we can to finish melting the butter. It should be hot enough, and I'm adding 2 sticks. So we have 1 cup of, usually when I make caramel, I always go by the rule of thumb for me personally, of 1 cup of sugar to 1 cup of whatever fat. So butter, heavy cream, anything like that. And because of the peaches, like I said, today we're just using only butter. Yeah, it's all the blocky stuff. Oh, okay, that reminds me of the food. Oh, wait, okay, that one. It is beans with, I'm not sure what sabu is, and dip the bread. That sounds yummy. Okay, so we're stirring this a little bit. Like I said, if we need to pop it back on the stove to finish melting the butter, we can. But it's pretty hot, so I think it should be able to do its thing. And also, usually I let the butter fully melt first, but I'm actually going to add in the rest of our ingredients right now. So because of, let me see, where's my half? So I'm gonna add, depending on half a teaspoon or 3/4. I'm gonna go 3/4 because there's quite a bit of peaches. So not as accurate as I'd usually like to be, but it's fine. About 3/4, a little bit extra. And then we have 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. That's always the amount that I add in when I'm doing a batch of caramel. And then America. And then I also am wanting to test this out. These are, what do they call these? These are super strength flavors, and I've been starting to play around with them a little bit. And so this little peach one, I'm going to add a few drops of this in because it can be pretty strong. So I want to add maybe 1, 2, 3. Let's do 4. America. Hi, thanks for joining. Okay, so keep mixing this. I just really wanted that peach flavoring to kind of enhance the peach flavor in the actual caramel. So I'm curious to see how it works because it is a little bit subtle. Like you can tell it's like caramel with a more interesting, like kind of different flavor. I've also tried, I think it was a pear caramel, and it was like you could not taste the pears at all because pears are very plain in flavor, like unless you're eating them by themselves or like, you know, enhance the flavor themselves somehow. Hello, thank you for joining. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, it's pretty much melted. I don't think we need to stick it back on the stove because we're going to use our hand blender now. So, we have all of our ingredients. I'm gonna move these out of the way. And I have my hand blender. Where's the base? There you are. So this will help break everything down. Wow, you got some likes when I was gone. Oh yeah, I always forget to check that when I'm on live, but thank you guys so much. Okay, so got my hand blender all hooked up, and now we can blend it all together. I'm doing this because we could leave the chunks in there, but I really love a smooth, kind of luscious caramel, so that's always like one of my favorite parts about it. I liked also, thank you so much, Lena. Hi, Fred, good to see you again. We're making peach caramel. And subscribed. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, we're gonna blend this up. I'm tipping it back because like it's a little bit too shallow like this. So I'm trying to my best to tip it back and like not have things splatter on me because it's still pretty hot. This a little bit so that stay. Just kind of see how we're doing here. I'm not seeing any pieces left, so I'm also very curious to see how this turns out in terms of the thickness, because I'm pretty sure when I made peach caramel before, I think I only added like a cup of peaches. So, and I added 2 cups, which ended up being about 2.5 peaches today. I just had some old, like, I just used white peaches today, but you could use either one. think we look pretty good. Spatula, get off. There we go. Kind of like scrape off our little excess here. I'm gonna get caught up in the chat in a sec. Okay. But there is our lovely peach caramel. It's a little bit like frothy and bubbly right now, but pretty sure that that kind of settles down a little bit. All right, let's get caught up in the chat. Oh, gotta scroll a little bit. At least the brain rot stuff is gone. I still have a hard time figuring that stuff out. I had enough of the brain rot vids. Yeah, I always have a hard time figuring out what that is. That looks well nice. Oh, thank you so much. What is ma goo goo goo? It looks like peach glaze. It does, doesn't it? Imagine addicted to sugar. Oh, I'm addicted to sugar. I meant. Oh yeah, those brownies I made, it sucked. Oh no! Tasted like dry flour and salt. Oh, I'm sorry, what kind of brownie recipe did you work with? 6 or 7. LOL, sorry. What does that mean? Hi, I'm Teddy. Hi, Teddy, thanks for joining. We just made some peach caramel. So this is actually towards the end of our live for today, but if you missed anything, want to check it out, you can check out the video when it goes live on the channel. I just jumped in right now. What are you making? Hi, we just made some peach caramel. So it's been a while since I've made it, and I've been wanting to test out and kind of play around with the recipe. So 6, 7 is a brain. Oh, thank you. Thank you for thank you, Frank, for letting me know that. Yeah, so we're kind of playing around with this today because I've been wanting to make it again. I had some peaches to make, so it was just like perfect timing. Some random recipe on YouTube. The first time I made it tasted good, but the second time it totally flopped. Oh, that's so strange that it worked out, but then it didn't. Oh no, why is it like crying emojis? Do you have any haters? I'm just wondering. There are, sometimes on live, it like hit, like some weeks are just really weird and other weeks are not. I've been lucky enough to not really have haters too much. Mostly just trolls that like to pop in once in a while, but I'm 10. Well, thank you for joining today. I can't bake. Oh, maybe you like you'd prefer some like no bake stuff, but this is also like, it was just cooking some stuff on the stove. Would you try some caramel or something like that? Yeah, because I suck at cooking, LMAO. Oh no. I believe in you, you can do it. Okay, good. Let's see, any other questions or comments to pop into the chat? What do you do with this caramel? Cake filling looks so yummy. Thank you for asking. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've made it, so I was wanting to test it out and kind of play around with the recipe in general. One of the ideas that I have is to do like a loaf cake and then kind of either pour it over the top or pipe it over the top. It completely depends on the thickness when it actually sets. Right now it's like nice and loose, but I added 2 sticks of butter, so when that, sets up in the fridge, then it should be thicker. But I'm excited to try that, and then I don't know, we'll see what else. I think I've also used the peach caramel to make like little peach caramel filled like chocolates or something. So just kind of a variety of stuff. Looks nice. Thank you so much. Oh wait, I have a few more things to catch up with. Do you ever make no-bake cookies? That is a good question, Frank. I don't know that I have, but maybe we should give that a try. I need to look into that. I feel like I always bake something, but I'll look into it and let you know what. I think the only kind of like no-bake cookie stuff is usually like I take store-bought cookies and then do something with those. Like the Millionaire bars that have, oh, excuse me. I have not had enough water today. The Millionaire bars are like the shortbread base with caramel and then chocolate ganache. They're really, really good. But I do a no-bake version by lining the pan instead of making homemade shortbread. I line the pan with store-bought cookies, either like Oreo cookies or Biscoff cookies, and then making caramel and doing the whole ganache thing. So that's like, I think that's like the main, maybe like no bake cookie related thing I've done. I'm 9, but it's going to be my birthday. Oh, happy early birthday. Oh, you're on your mom's phone. That looks nice. Thank you so much. I literally did it as a skill for DAV 3 months and still always burn stuff. Oh no. For silver, I did crochet. Oh, you crochet too. I used to crochet like a lot more as a kid, and I like learned from my grandma. I just recently started getting back into it, actually. I found a crochet group, and I've been trying to make a project for my niece. You love to bake? Yay, what kind of stuff do you like to bake? Much easier. Yeah, crocheting can be definitely easier. Although some stitches are very, I keep it very basic, especially right now I'm making puff flowers, and they're, once I learned how to do them, I'm like, okay, this is very easy compared to other techniques. Look so sweet. Yes, but with the salt that we added and the caramelization of the sugar itself, all of those factors should really help to make sure that it's not too sweet. I added like 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Sounds bomb. Thank you. My whole channel is food. Oh, BKC, we'll have to check you out. Guys, please stay safe. Don't see your age on the internet. That is true. That, yeah. Be very careful on the internet, especially when you're that young. Kids under 13 shouldn't be having YouTube for that reason. My 10-year-old son wants YouTube. I've told him no because there's so many bad people. They're really, yeah, it's... I feel like I've learned a lot by being online, especially in the past like few years, and it's like, it can be a very scary place. Can you say skibbity? I still don't know what that means. I'm millennial age. I don't know what the new stuff is. My mom is watching a movie and someone cut their throat. Oh my gosh. Don't watch that. You're way too young for that. You should share a crochet as well. I'd love to see that. I was thinking that I might share, like I'm definitely following someone else's tutorial. I'm not coming up with my own pattern for that one, but I'll definitely have to share some pics or something. It's still a work in progress, but I'm trying to see if I maybe can finish it by her birthday, but that's only like a month away. So we'll have to see, because I'm also making her some type of birthday treat. We're trying to see. Not the brain. I have to head out, but it's great seeing you. Thank you so much for joining again. He's constantly asking and then asking why his friends have it, and it's sad, though, as some parents don't care what their children do. Yeah, I can imagine that would be really hard. All I have to worry about is my fur baby, so my hat's off to you for dealing with any sort of stressful stuff like that. What are we shaming? Oh my gosh. Is that a pumpkin soup? That's a very good question, because it kind of does look like it. It's actually a peach caramel that we made. Oh my gosh, so much shames. Skibbity means bad, and Sigma means good. I'm not Gen Alpha, but I'm Gen Z, so I'm still learning. Trust. Thank you for letting me know. I don't know if that's going to stick, but if I'll remember it. But thank you for letting me know. Yeah, greet them, Adam's family. If you keep saying shame in the chat, we're going to have to remove you. What do these crowns mean? I'm still learning that. It says, hold on, let me see. It says top fans, so I think that means that you guys have been commenting a lot, is my guess. I'm still learning about some of the live stuff. When I was younger, my parents monitored my YouTube watching, and I had YouTube Kids. Yeah, see, that definitely makes sense. Like, there's so many scary things online. I feel like I'm really, really dating myself right now. But I think that I don't remember using YouTube until I was in, like, 8th grade, maybe somewhere around there. Like, and it was very monitored. It was like, you know, my older sister that is in the chat would watch, like, you know, make sure I wasn't watching anything too weird. Although those were the early days of YouTube where things were just like weird and strange on their own. I'm pregnant with my 4th child, LOL. And Green him stop spamming. Yeah, if you keep spamming, we're gonna have to get rid of you. And oh my goodness, fourth child. Again, hats off to you. I wish you the best of luck. I cannot imagine anything like that. Like I said, I got my fur baby and I have my niece, and I'm good. Let's see. This is a recipe channel, not therapist or birthday announcements. Crazy people. Yeah, it's interesting the amount of things that people like to talk about, but I have thought about introducing some mental health topics just because I feel like that's an important thing that doesn't get talked about enough, but how to tie it into cake and cupcakes and cookies, we'll have to figure that out. What type of soup is this? This is actually not a soup, it's a peach caramel that we just made. So we blended it up so that all the peaches are, you know, nice and fine in there. And we're gonna see, I have to let it set completely like in the fridge, so we won't see it right now, but hopefully it'll thicken up and I can like either pipe it on a treat or pour it over a cake loaf or something. I'm gonna try a couple different things, but top fans, yes. Me too. Yeah, and I totally stood for that. Yes. In Y5, I got 30 minutes a day on peaceful mode. Minecraft is internet. See, I've heard of Minecraft. I feel like I have things that keep dating them. That dating myself, but yeah, I've heard of Minecraft, but I remember like Oregon Trail, like games on the computer like that. I will not let my kids have regular YouTube till 12, 13. Yeah, that's, I definitely agree that that would be like the earliest, and then definitely still monitor because of how many scary things are out there. Let me see. Is your fur baby a dog or a cat? I have a dog right now. We did have a cat a long time ago, but my current fur baby is going to be 9 in October, which is very hard to believe because I got her as a puppy, and that just feels like that went by too fast. So yeah, her name is Lily, and she's a fun mix of Staffy, Husky, Malamute, and Lab. So she is very energetic. As she gets older, of course, she's getting more tired, but yeah, she's my little fur baby. Thank you. I have 3 boys, 1 girl, but sadly my daughter got killed when she was 3. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm sending love to you. I wish I could give you a hug. Greet him is okay. He's not spamming. Yes, thank you for stop spamming the chat. I'm so sorry, Tanzan. Yeah, I'm really sorry. Sending you all the love. Trying to get caught up with everything in the chat. Thank you guys for being so active in the chat, though. I really appreciate it today. Sorry, everyone. I was laughing when I spammed. Shame, I'm sorry. Thank you for saying you're sorry and for stopping the spamming. Guess what? What? What's up? Is it ready to eat? I always let it completely cool first because caramel is extremely hot when you first make it. But I always, besides the fact that even when it cools a little bit, I personally still like to let it fully cool after I've made caramel, and then I might like lightly heat it or something. Let me see. I have a cow printed dog with blue and beige eyes. She'll be 4 next year. She's crazy. Oh, that's so cute. Cow printed. That kind of sounds like maybe like a cattle dog. Like, I'm kind of curious as to what kind of pup you have. I also have a niece pup that is part Australian cattle dog and Chihuahua, and her name is Penny, and she's a little bit obsessed with pets, just a tad. Like she always tries to smother me for attention. I have a VR headset. Oh, that's cool. I've always thought it would be really interesting to have something like that. But I also have barely even touched like even my Switch, so I probably shouldn't get new things when I haven't been able to have time for anything else. Oh, I love doggos. Yes, I love dogs and cats. Thank you, hon, of course. I have a Great Dane named Gracie. Oh, that's so cute. How old is Gracie? Oh, Great Dane, they're so cute. And I always think of Scooby-Doo. Looks like, come on, Snasty 99. No, we're not doing that. My oldest son named my dog Oreo. Oh, that's so cute. I love when dogs are named like Oreo or Cookie or something. I love it. I have a pic of her on my post on here. Oh, we'll have to check it out. I don't think I have a way to be able to do that at the moment without closing the live because I'm still trying to figure all that stuff out, but mine's the little Tibetan Terrier crossed with Cavapoo. Oh, she's a Merle American Bulldog. Oh, she sounds so cute. Someone was banging the head on their thinking the TV. If this doesn't make sense, I think you should not be watching whatever your parents watching right now. It sounds a bit too violent for your age. I have a ginger kitty as well. Oh, when we had a cat, she was a tuxedo. Her name was Nieva. 3 years old. Oh. Okay, no, Greedem, we're not doing that. I have puppies. They're so cute. We're selling them. Oh. We actually got our puppies, both my sister and I, from a like foster puppy adoption day that it was like just by chance I wanted to go look at puppies and then we could not walk away without the puppies. I want a kitten so bad. Oh, I know, they're so cute. We had kittens, like our cat, when she first came via the cat distribution system, she showed up and she was actually pregnant and she was like super young, but it was because she was like living outside. And we had like a lot of cats in the neighborhood at that point, but yeah, she had kittens and she had these two that were just she had two kittens total and they were just like these extremely energetic, like I didn't think I could be that tired, so I can only imagine like what even just having like a baby would be like. So yeah, I was exhausted by even just the kittens. Freedom, if you're 10 years old, why on earth are you talking like that? Yeah, I agree. Oh, I love tuxedo kitties. They're so cute. I know. She looked like she had a little cardigan too, which was adorable. Like it literally looked like her tummy was all white and her front legs and paws were white, and then it like wrapped around almost like where you would think like her elbow would be. So it literally looked like she was wearing like a little cute black cardigan. It was adorable. Well, guess what? I like violence only JS games. But if you're don't do too, like, don't watch or play too much violent stuff, please. You're too young. Add spaghetti. We're not going to add spaghetti into the caramel. Brushing games, I meant bruh. My first cat was a tuxedo Manx. His name was Leo. Oh. I wish I could see everybody's pictures. Like, if there was a way to pop pictures in the chat, that would be so cute. Please, can I be a mod? I'm of age. Haha, I'm 31. Hey, I'm 32. I think my sister has first dibs at being a mod, but I will definitely, like, shoot me a comment or something like that, and maybe we can talk about that. Because I definitely feel like I would need some help at some point. Let's see. Stupid autocorrect. Okay, yeah, you were trying to say bro. My ginger cat was a teeny kitty and grew into a huge cat. We thought he was a Maine Coon at one point. Oh my gosh, Maine Coons are so big. I've only seen pictures, but I'm in a bad place like my parents were a lot. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's not good. I really want a cat, but my husband won't allow me to get one because my dog. Oh, yeah. I've thought about, like, if Lily would be able to handle a cat, but I don't know. She hasn't been introduced to them. She's only seen them, like, outside on the, in the neighborhood, and she's like, who are you? I want to chase you. And I'm like, no, we don't do that to kitties. And also, like, my niece, Pup Pen, she, like, gets angry for some reason. We've, like, you never had an interaction with a cat before. I don't know why I get so upset. That's adorable. We have a puppy called Blackie. Oh, what kind of puppy? Actually, a criner. Yes, yeah. You're too young to be looking at too much stuff like that. It doesn't matter if your parents swear. You shouldn't be swearing like that on someone's life. That's true. Yet that's my job. No, I'll do. I think at some point I will definitely need a couple of moderators for sure. Abusive as well. I'm really sorry to hear that. If you have someone that you trust, someone at school or anything like that, then please, please talk to somebody. I have a bearded dragon too. Oh, that's so interesting. I've never held a reptile. I've always been too scared, but I feel like a bearded dragon would be really fun. Chimera sister, so hey, nice to meet you. Oh yeah, it would be great to have you guys as mods. I've actually never like actually instilled those powers to someone, but I definitely feel like I'm gonna need to start doing that. My dog loves the cat. The cat always just ignores the dog. That sounds like the, typical dynamic. Sorry, Bruno, if you have a MetaQuest 3 VR headset. I don't have any VR headset type stuff. I've always thought about it. Sorry, I don't know why if this counts, but emotional abuse. I'm really, please, please, please reach out to somebody that you trust and talk to them. Again, someone at school, one of, your friends or their parents, somebody that you trust, please tell someone. Kenzie, yes, I am. Nice to meet you. Oh, I love bearded dragons. They have one at my school farm. Frag, I had a bearded dragon. Oh, my life was so scared. You had her for 4 years, but passed away 2 weeks after your daughter passed. Oh, I'm so sorry. Catch up in the chat. Yeah, they're really chill. His name is Drago. Oh, I like that. I don't go to school. If you have any friends or their parents, just somebody outside of your family or even a different family member that you trust, like you need to let somebody know what's going on. But please be careful. I didn't like my husband feeding her though. Those blinking jumpy things. Well, when I went to bed one night, it was on his pillow. Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine that. Why are you saying everybody was kung fu fighting? We called ours Daisy. Oh, that's so cute. I like that name. I'm so sorry, Tanzan. I got him for my birthday a few years back. Oh, that's so sweet. How long do bearded dragons usually live? I'm kind of curious because like I've only ever had either a cat or a dog, and not even for that long. All I have is my grandma. Please, sweetheart, talk to your grandma. She needs to know what's going on. If you trust her and you think that she'll help you. We thought Daisy was a boy, and then she laid eggs. Oh my gosh, it's like, surprise! My friend has a chameleon, and she always sends me feeding videos. Oh gosh, I feel like that would be very interesting. Daisy's original name was Spiky. 14 to 16 years, I'm not sure. Oh wow, that's still a really long time. No idea, but they're awesome. She lives in another country and I'm not. Oh. Well, I hope that you can find someone to help you, because you don't deserve that kind of stuff. My grandma died, now I only have my grandpa. I'm sorry. I know how that feels. I had the reverse situation when I was a kid where both my grandpas died, but like when I was either very young or even before I was born, and I just had my grandmas. How do I go my friend's house? Yeah, if you have a friend and you feel safe there. I'm not even kidding. There's 6 people in my science class with a bearded dragon, teacher included. Oh, really? That's so interesting. I didn't realize it was such a popular pet. My granddad died when I first felt pregnant, and my oldest son, and man, she's still here, bless her. Oh. I'm so sorry. I know that the having your grandparents pass, especially at such a intense time, is really difficult. It's a popular pet near school. Interesting. See, I've always only been around like either dogs or cats. Like that could be why reptiles make me nervous, and I've never wanted to pet one or touch one. How do I go to my friend's house? You could try and get a ride there from if your parents are willing to take you, or if your parents or your friend's parents, just something, a safe way. Please don't just like walk there or, not tell anybody where you're going. Please be safe about it. Honestly, I was so excited when I first felt pregnant. Just wanted to run to him and say, hey, I'm pregnant, and couldn't, but he would have been amazing with all my kids. Oh. I'm really sorry that they didn't have a chance to meet him. My teacher in elementary school was terrified of reptiles, and we had to watch a bunch of vids with reptiles. Oh my gosh. She's like, well, the curriculum does not like me today. Let's see, what else? Thank you guys for being so active in the chat today. I think I said that already, but I really do appreciate it. It makes it so much more fun than just talking to myself. Let's see, what else? I had my first at 20 and now I'm 31 with 4. It must be absolutely crazy because my youngest son is crazy. Like I said, I can't imagine that. I'm one of the child-free people that I'm like, I have my niece, I have my fur baby, and that's all I can really handle right now. I also feel like my channel in a way is like, a baby to me because it's like I work all the time on it and trying to build it everything. So it's like I don't have time for like anything else in life, but I really wish you the best, especially with your 4th. I can't imagine, but it sounds like everything is really good. Thank you for the advice. Of course. I don't mind reptiles, but I hate insects. I am not a fan of insects either. If I have one that like jumps on me or anything, I feel like I need to immediately like take a shower. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I understand that, Maria. Yeah. Can't do insects. Especially, I don't know, like certain insects, like spiders, especially like I had a black widow mad at me one time. I tried to kill it. But I could literally see it's like smarter than a typical one. I just saw your little picture. You're actually really stunning. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, he's growing perfect. I'm only 20 weeks, but 18 weeks left. Well, I wish you the best. My sister actually had my niece last year, so that was actually my first time being really close to somebody that was pregnant or even holding a baby. So that was like the first kind of experiences I had around that. So I really wish you all the best with it. When's your next live? I try to do lives every Friday, same time, same day. So 10 a.m. Pacific time. I was a little bit late today because I was finishing chopping some peaches, but I try and do them pretty much same time, same day. I'll let you guys know ahead of time if something changes on that. I have to feed my bearded dragon, crickets, cockroaches, and mealworms and more. Oh God, that would be like my nightmare. I would not be able to do that. Best wishes, Tanzan. Yes, definitely Tanzan. All the best wishes. I used to love holding children because I could give them back, but when it's your own children, you can't. But you love your kids and wouldn't change them for the world. I love that. That's amazing. Yeah, it's very interesting, like I said, because my niece is like the first baby that I've been around, so it's really interesting to see how much she's changed in just like even just the last few months, like how much her personality comes out, and like it's very interesting to see everything. That's scary. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I love this. It's been so fun talking to you guys. And let me see. Any updates? Like I said, today's day 10 of the Piping Tip series videos. And yes, congratulations, Tanzan. Yes, definitely. Congratulations, Tanzan. We do wish you all the best. Right, my mother-in-law has just turned up and will comment your vid later. Can't wait to start modding with your sister. Of course. Thank you so much, Tanzan. It's been so much fun and great to meet you, and I can't wait to talk to you later. Let's see, channel updates. Yeah, just the piping tip series that we're doing. If you're enjoying that, let me know. I was a little bit nervous to try something a little bit different because I usually just do other stuff, but I thought that'd be kind of fun to play around with piping tips I've never tried before, and also just kind of show off some of my favorites. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. And today is day 10 out of 20. I think that's pretty much it in terms of those types of updates. My favorite thing to feed him is spinach, but they can't have much of it. Oh, that's interesting. I always cover myself in insect repellent for D of E. What is D of E? I still get bitten by horseflies. Oh God, oof. I feel you, girl. It's a UK camping thing. Okay, okay. I was like, I feel like I'm missing something, some kind of context here. 3 levels, interesting. Yeah, I enjoy content a lot. Oh, thank you so much, Star. We're like towards the end of our live right now, but if you missed anything, we made a peach caramel, and we've been chatting a lot today, which has been a lot of fun. I always love talking to you guys, but our peach caramel is starting to thicken up a little bit, but I'll have to let you guys know how it turns out. But if you missed anything, they can check it out when the video goes up later. Oh, for the UK camping thing, you volunteer, learn a skill, and do physical work, and then camp. Oh, that sounds interesting. Sounds like it could be a lot of fun. You could meet a lot of like new friends and people. Bronze is 3 months. 3 months and 6 months minimum for each section. Silver is 666. Oh my goodness. Hey, look at my comments. I thought I got all the comments. Did I miss something? Gold is 12, 12, 6. That all sounds very intense to look up. Are you asking about when's your next live? I did answer that, but maybe you didn't hear that one. If that's the one you're referring to, I try and do Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time every week. But I will let you guys know ahead of time on usually the community tab if something is changing with that. If it needs to be canceled or moved or anything like that. I had a 5-day backpacking trip for gold, and then you go to the place to get the gold award. Oh my goodness. I'm doing gold this year. Wish me luck. I wish you all the luck I could possibly muster. That sounds like a lot, but it sounds like it could be really like intense and fun at the same time. That's really, really interesting. I have a gold award, but not from doing that. I have it from Girl Scouts. It's really fun if you like camping. Yeah, I get that. I've only been camping once. A long time ago. I have not had the opportunity. Girl, you're stronger than I am. I know, right? That is a lot. And walking with a really heavy bag. All the power to you. I that sounds like so much. I'm already tired just reading the description. Yeah, again, I wish you all the best of luck with that. That's a lot, but I commend you especially for going for the gold. I'm 45 kilograms. My bag was 14. Oh my goodness. Even more power to you. Like that's, that is intense, but I commend you for everything. Holy moly. Yeah, Freg, that holy moly is definitely right. I'm gonna get a container so we can put our caramel in there so it can set. I feel like this should be big enough. It is a little bit more. We'll see. For one batch of caramel, I usually use these like little blue top containers. Oh, excuse me. Need some more water. It's so annoying. I have allergies still, even though it's summer and hot. So I usually use these little blue top containers. It's like for this size, it's like a 2-cup measurement. So usually this is like the perfect amount for caramel, but we'll see how this is. Hello, thanks for joining. Did you have a whole house in the bag? A lot of food and water. That definitely makes sense. Honestly, you're so real for that. That, yeah. Seriously. Okay, it's definitely thickened up a good amount since we've had it sitting here, but I think it's going to thicken even more because of that butter. So let's pour our caramel in our container. I'm hoping that I picked the right size. Haha, it might be perfect size. I was just nervous because I had, like I said, extra peaches compared to when I've done it before. Okay, I might need a little baby container to go with. I'm just going to add everything and see how much. Yep, I need a little baby container, else this is going to overflow. Do you have anything similar? Not that I'm aware of. I did not really go camping as a kid. Like I said, I went one time, but it was because I was with family in back in Minnesota, and that was like the first and only time I've ever gone official camping. Besides that, I've only ever done camping like in the backyard. So my sister says, "Oh no, I have to stop by and grab some." How did I know you'd be popping it with something like that? Okay, let me grab a little. I have an itty bitty version of the same container. So we're gonna carefully as I can, add some of this into here. So that does answer the question that having 2 cups of peaches is definitely too much for this one little container. I think I've also put this on top of like cheesecake before, like just a simple like vanilla cheesecake, and it's also been really good. But like I said, I did play around with the recipe today, so I'll have to see what the consistency is like and what we want to do with it. Maybe I can do like on top of that low sugar cheesecake I've been making for my family once in a while. All right. And then just gonna clean up the sides. Oh, that overflow is hilarious. Yeah. I severely underestimated or overestimated the size of this container. But this is like the perfect amount to finish filling like this little section. Otherwise, it probably sounds insane. About 70 people in my year did bronze, about 20 silver, and about 10 gold. It's quite a common award here. That's so interesting. I've never heard of anything like that, but that is amazing. Bring me some too. Carly, that's so for real, sister vibe. Yeah. Exactly. Would peach millionaire shortbread be possible? Ooh, yes, absolutely. I feel like it depends a little bit on how this peach caramel is going to set up, because when I make my millionaire shortbread, or even just like the no bake version, I like to do my cookie butter salted caramel, which makes the caramel like thicker and, in a sense, for lack of a better word, more elastic, if you will. But it definitely, I do really like the idea of that. But maybe with, instead of like the chocolate ganache, either a white chocolate ganache or some like altered version of white chocolate ganache. Maybe white chocolate ganache with cinnamon. That would be really good. I've never heard. Oh wait, hold on. Catching up. To be fair, you guys don't have the same terrain, really. True. Well, it kind of depends on where we are, because that's like we're in California, and we do have a lot of mountains, but it's kind of like the spot that we're in, like we'd have to drive to mountains or beach. There's a lot of different terrains for sure, but yeah, not, at least not in our area that I'm aware of that anything like that exists. I've never heard. What is that? Oh, millionaire shortbread is, let me move out of the way so I can use my hands to show things. You have a base of, can I close this all the way? Okay, I left off a bit. You have a base of shortbread cookie that you make, and then you do a layer of caramel, and then you do a layer of chocolate ganache over top of that. Once everything is set, you cut them into little bars, and they're called millionaire shortbread. Not sure where the name comes from. I should probably look into that. But I have actually made on my channel a bunch of times, both on, I think, I want to say I've done live, but also I've made a few videos, I've made a few shorts of doing no-bake Millionaire shortbread. So I take cookies from the store like Oreos or different flavors of Oreos, and then I make my cookie butter salted caramel typically, put it over, like pour it over that, and then add some kind of chocolate ganache or something like that over the top of that. And there's a lot of different ways you can do different flavors, but it's a really great no-bake version of a Millionaire shortbread. Let's see. Oh, that would be good. Oh, that sounds good. Yes, that's. I especially love playing around with like even just simple little flavors, like infusing the ganache with some espresso, like cooking the cream when you heat up the cream to melt the chocolate, just cooking some espresso in there and then straining that out so it gives it a coffee flavor. I've done one of those, and that was like one of our favorite ones that I've made, and I think that was paired with the Nutella caramel. So there's a lot of fun things that you can do with just even the no-bake version of the Millionaire shortbread. But the typical version is making a shortbread base, cooking that, and then doing the layers on top of that. Yeah, we have a lot of green hills with shade and villages, so we pass about 4 small villages per day to get water without going near big towns. Oh, that definitely makes sense. Yeah, that would be... I feel like that'd be really difficult here because I feel like things are so spread out. That sounds really cool, though. I wish we did have something like that. But at the same time, I don't know that I would survive, so... Again, my you know, at the moment, imaginary hat to you. To just even go for bronze is insane, but I really hope that everything goes well with going for gold. Okay, I think we're coming to the end of our live. It has been so much fun talking with everybody and getting to know you guys more. I hope you guys can join again in the future. Like I said, I try to do Fridays at like 10 a.m. Pacific time, and if you know I need to switch things around or do a different day, I'll let you know. I don't think I would last 5 minutes. I would love to try through hiking. That's in America, right? I don't know. I've only ever done like a little like light nature walks. I've never done intense hiking. I think I would need to like travel to more intense mountains to be able to do more hiking stuff like that. But in terms of like in America, I am in California in America, so but yeah, there's so it's so wide and so spread out and so many different things that it could be something. Yes, on the PCT. Is that the Pacific Crest Trail? You guys have beautiful mountains. Yes, definitely. Don't get to visit them very often, but they are very nice. Yes, okay. I guessed correctly. Yay. Let's see. When I was younger, my dad and I would go hiking. Oh, I love that. I think the main forms of like, I didn't really do hiking, but like I said, I would do like light kind of nature walks was like with my grandma, and sometimes my my grandma, cousin, and my sister and I would go. But I was really young. I was the youngest by far out of everybody. So we didn't get to do it for a super long time, but it was a lot of fun getting to check out, like go walk to the river and everything. Right, any other questions or comments or anything to pop into the chat before we hop off for today? It has been a lot of fun talking to you guys. And I really hope that you guys can join again in the near future. So I can, you know, we can chat some more about stuff because I really love this. But my dog is like laying in the kitchen near me, like it's my turn to have attention. So I think she's gonna be mad if I don't hop off soon. But I'll let you guys know how this turns out. So like I said, I'm gonna let this cool for a little bit. It's already cooled for quite a while at room temperature. So in just a little bit, I'm going to pop these into the fridge to let them fully set. So I'll have to let you guys know how the consistency is after everything's done. What breed is she again? She is a super fun mix of Staffy or Staffordshire Terrier is the full name of that. And then also Husky, Malamute, and Lab. So she has always been very energetic, although as she's getting a little bit older, she's getting more tired. But yeah, she's laying, I can actually, hold on. I don't know if I can zoom in on her. Ha! Lolo! Hi, bae! There's my booty. She's like, why are you talking to me if you're not taking me outside? I didn't know I could zoom on a live. That's cool. Staffordshire, yes. Cute, that's where I am, LOL. Oh, yeah, that's my baby. That's my fur baby. But it's really funny because during summer, she's like, I want attention. I want to be near you, but also it's too hot for that. And then as soon as it gets like a little bit cold, and especially towards winter, she's like, I am now your blanket. We will be cuddling for the duration of the next few months. She's so cute. Oh, thank you. I hate to be that person, but Staffordshire. Oh, I didn't realize. I've just started saying Staffy, but thank you for letting me know. I see. I did not make the connection that it would be. I should have made the connection. I can say Worcestershire. Now, of course, I'm probably gonna have to struggle with that, but I'm able to say that I feel like better than other people are able to say it. But I didn't think about the connection to that. Sheer like a sheep. Thank you. Okay, that makes more sense. Baby. She's just lying there with her eyes open, like, take me out. Hi, I'm back. Hi. We're very close to hopping off, but thanks for joining again. See you next week. Thank you so much, Maria. I hope to see you again too. And good luck. I don't know when the Gold Award stuff is happening, but if it's happening this week or anytime very, very soon, I really wish you all the best of luck. Let's see. I'm German and still can't pronounce German words. I feel like I can say like a couple of German words, but I don't know, like my family is part, and my mom and my aunt can speak a little bit of German, but no, me. Oh no, don't cry. We'll be back next week at the same time and same day, unless something changes, but it'll be same time, same day, and we can hang out again and make something else really fun and yummy. If you guys have any specific requests or recommendations of things that you'd like to see specifically on lives, let me know. Do you guys like to see more of like the cooking and baking stuff, or do you prefer like the no bake stuff? Let me know about that too. And you're from Alaska. Ooh, that's fun. I've never been to Alaska before, but I feel like that'd be a really cool place to go. I'm in California. No bake. Yes, we can definitely do some no bake. I'll need to make a list, especially because it is so crazy that it's already halfway through August, because I feel like spooky season is my favorite time of year, and I'm always like, oh, I have so much time to plan, and then all of a sudden it like hops up really quickly, and then all of a sudden it's here. But yes, we'll definitely have to plan some no-bake stuff then. Okay, I think that is it, unless we have any more questions or comments being popped in the chats. Thank you guys so much for being here, and especially for staying even extra time today and coming back. I really appreciate it and everything. I'm going to play my flute. Oh, good luck! That's so cool that you play the flute. OMGS, LOL. Yes, I think that today's been a lot of fun. I've really, really enjoyed it. Okay, bye. Bye! Thanks again for joining and coming back. Yes, I think we've done all the updates. We've done all that kind of stuff. So I hope that you guys have a really great rest of your day and a really great weekend. I'll be brave. I feel like next week's going to come so fast. So I feel like it'll be like, oh, I'll just see you like practically tomorrow with how quickly everything is going to go. But yes, I will see you guys very soon. I hope you have a really great rest of your day. And you also have a really great weekend. Try and stay cool out there, especially if it's super hot where you are. And I think that's it for today. Okay, bye.